I keep telling y'all, every time they use a number, it's connected to a planet, it's connected to an alignment, what is the word? Every planet has so much time to go through each sign for us to learn the energies of that planet. Now, with Saturn, you see, I say, how long is Saturn transit? If Saturn transit, it says, typically lasts about 2.5 years as it moves through each zodiac sign. And Saturn's slow movement means it takes approximately 29.5 Earth years to complete a full orbit around the sun. So if you got 2.5 years, let's use for as example, Saturn in Aries. It's going to be in Aries 2.5 years, but planets have to retrograde back. So when it retrograde back, it's like it's 2.5 years. And then it moves forward direct, which is 2.5 years. That's your 7 right there. You see what I'm saying? So what they're trying to do is stop children from evolving, because every 7 years they're supposed to learn. Okay? Now, look right here. It says, what planet transits every 7 years? Saturn. This is why they're using 7, because it's connected to Saturn. What is Saturn in astrology? What is Saturn in astrology? In astrology, Saturn represents discipline, structure, responsibility, and karma. It's known as the planet of limitations, challenges, and the lessons we learn through hard work and delayed gratification. Saturn's energy can be seen in our approach to life's challenges, how we handle responsibilities, and our ability to work toward long-term goals. You see, they are trying to use Saturn energy to get away with this foolishness about children working at 7 years old. Now, in what happens every 7 years in the Bible, in the Old Testament, every 7 years, the Israelites were commanded to release debts and free servants, and the land was to lie fallow. These periods was a time of rest and renewal for both individuals and the land. After 7 cycles of 7 years, a jubilee year would occur, providing further opportunities for liberation and restoration. They pulling on the number 7. Let's see what the number 7 means in astrology. What does number 7 mean in astrology? In astrology, the number 7 is strongly associated with the planet Neptune and is often seen as a symbol of intuition, spirituality, and inner wisdom. It is believed to represent the unseen mysteries of life and a deep understanding of oneself and the world. People associated with the number 7 are often seen as intuitive, introspective, and intellectually curious. Let's see what Neptune, because see, y'all got to understand these planets. What is Neptune in astrology? In astrology, Neptune represents intuition, spirituality, dreams, psychic receptivity. It's associated with a higher octave of Venus, representing universal love rather than individual love. Neptune's position in a birth chart can indicate areas of confusion, illusions, or great creativity. So, I'm saying all that to say, there's nowhere in the world Donald Trump going to use the number 7 for a child to go to work. So there is a hidden agenda. There's a deeper meaning for him to use 7 on a child connected to work. This also confirms we're just a spirit trying to understand the spiritual realm. So see, this is what they keep trying to harvest. This is why they shut down people who have a higher way of thinking and seeing things beyond what they're saying. I mean, anybody with common sense knows that's not natural. That's not normal. That's not legal for no 7-year-old to be working nowhere. So it's more to that. So what they want y'all to do is give energy to the fuck shit. Get your drawers tied in a knot. You see what I'm saying? Instead of go do the research on why 7. Why children? You see what I'm saying? Why work? Because it's connected to the planets. The planets got energies, and every 7 years Saturn is teaching us something. That's why you need to go see where your Saturn at in your chart, because that's your biggest life lesson. Where's Saturn at? That is your biggest life lesson. But each house you have to learn something before you get to Saturn, who's going to give you that hard life lesson. But they're not teaching what we should be learning about astrology and about the houses. The first house is to learn about yourself. That's the head. I am the head and not the tail. You see, the second house is you and somebody else. The second house is how you value yourself, how you feel worthy. The third house is you, yourself, somebody, and somebody else, if you want to look at it that way. The fourth house is you and 3 other people, and how y'all can make it worse and balance it and have structure with it and make it be stable. You see what I'm saying? 5 is connected to change. Once y'all stable, then those 4 people can add another person to change your situation. Again, we got to see beyond. Getting our emotions caught up in everything that they're saying and doing. Those people in the White House, they're not for the people. They're not for constitutional land laws, universal laws, God laws. You see? They're not for that. They're sitting in some building going back and forth about should we pass this bill or pass that bill. Well, no matter what bill you pass, the bill ain't going to work for everybody, because that's the reason why they're passing bills, because they know what they're passing is never going to work for everybody. It's going to help some people, and it's going to hurt some people. And this is what they're trying to do with this bill that everybody's fighting against. This bill is to help the rich be richer and make the poor even poorer. You see? With an E-R-A. I mean, people already can't reach their quota. So if you go to passing bills like you passing now, it's going to make it even harder. So who are these people that's working in this White House that don't even care about us living life to its fullest? Having an equal opportunity. Who are these people that work in the White House that think it's okay for the rich to get richer and enforce these rules? Why are they debating about things that's illegal? Things that's ungodly. Things that's undivine. Things that's unsacred. What the Calm down, Dad. Why are they debating about that? Where are their morals, values, and ethics? Is there not anything in the White House that says you can't pass this line? You can't do no more. This is the furthest you can go with your bills and your rules and your laws and your executive orders. And I think it should be there if you're talking about 7 years going to work. I don't think they got nothing in the White House that says that a president, the Speaker House, the Wallet House, whoever hold the money and this and that, I'm thinking they don't have nothing up in there that says they got a right. They got a legal right to make a child go to work at 7 years old. Nothing in there. Nothing in the Constitution. Nothing about land laws. Nothing about universal laws. Nothing about God laws would give anybody the okay to say they have the right, the authority to make a child go to work and a parent can't say nothing. The parent can't do nothing. They just got to go along with what. See, that's why I never did follow with that foolishness in the Bible when it says obey the government. Because if you continue to obey the government, then they get to do anything that they want to do. Who is this God that says the government can do what they want to do? If we're supposed to be his children, people, his children. Who is this God that says the government can do what they want to do? That's why I don't mess with that Bible like that. Because see, words or spells. You got Black Law Dictionary. You got 7,100 different languages. And they say the Bible is the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Well, if the government got the right, then what are we voting for? We shouldn't have to vote. If the Bible said the government, if for us to obey the government, why is we voting? Make that make sense. Let that sizzle in your spirit. It sounds like we do have a right if we can vote. We can go against what they're saying if we can vote. It goes against the Bible. The Bible says they can govern us, and we ain't supposed to